How you doing? It's Marty McKenna from Phillips Chevrolet, and today I'm going to do an instructional video, and this is actually geared towards newer salesmen. What I'm going to do today is show you what I feel is a proper way of doing a walk around on a vehicle when you have a customer. Obviously, in your investigation with the customer, you're going to want to find out what features are important to them because they don't want to know about the whole vehicle. But it's important to know what they want to look at, but in a general rule or a general sense, what I'm going to show you is how to do the walk around, and not specific to this vehicle, but in general. So I start out in the front, and typically what I do is I tell them what kind of motor and trans is in the vehicle. This is where I cover the warranties for the powertrain and also the bumper-to-bumper warranties. I talk to them about OnStar, that they virtually don't have to even open the hood because OnStar sends you vehicle diagnostic checks. So I typically cover that information in the front. Then what I do is I walk clockwise around the car, and at this point, when I'm looking at the side of the vehicle, I will mention the braking system, whether it's got disc brakes in the front, disc all around. Usually mention the size of the tires, and I also talk about StabiliTrak and anti-lock braking. So those are some of the items you can cover on the side of the vehicle. Also, obviously in some vehicles, such as a Traverse or an Equinox, there's different features, such as chrome trim and things like that. So depending on what vehicle you're looking at, you can also mention what kind of trim is on the vehicle. Coming around to the back, usually what I'll do is I'll have a remote in my hand. I will talk about the rear camera, if that's available on the vehicle and whether it's on this particular vehicle. And then I'll pop the trunk, open the trunk and show them the trunk capacity and the spare tire. One important thing that you got to remember for you new salesmen is some of these cars come with inflator kits. Not all cars come with spare. You have to let the customer know what's in that vehicle, because when they find out they think they had a spare and they end up getting a flat and they have an inflator kit, they typically are not that happy. So you got to make sure you cover that. Coming around to the vehicle, again, we covered most of the items on the other side. I will then open the vehicle, go through some of the electronics, whether it be, pretty much showing them the cruise control, the Bluetooth, the MyLink system, things like that. So once I get to this point, typically I'll have them get inside the car, and I'll walk around the other side of the car, get in with them, and start our test drive. Before I start the test drive, I do highlight some items that are in the vehicle, some of the features in the vehicle, so they get a really good understanding of what's outside the vehicle. We cover the warranties, the powertrain, and once I get them inside, I'll cover the interior features of the vehicle. So if you're doing a walk around, make sure that you start at the front and work clockwise around the car. You end up at the driver door, and that's where you can have the customer sit down. Make sure they know how to adjust the seat before the test drive, adjust the mirrors, and then you get inside and start your test drive. I think if you do this and do it in this manner all the time, you'll get in good habits of covering the features that they're looking for. So this is Marty McKenna from Phillips Chevrolet. Do your walk around like this and you'll sell more cars.